Hello everyone, welcome to the Massacre. I'm Mokinari and this is how I murder. I'm going to be playing a series of games as Garen. This is the very first game, and coincidentally this is the very first time I've ever played Garen. I mean, I might have played him once, like years ago, when he was free at some point and tried him out. Never really liked him and never played him, but I played against plenty of strong Garens, so I've taken what I've learned from playing against good Garens and applied it to my strategy. You know, I don't really know much about the character, so I bought a Dorn Shield. I assume that that is sufficient. I know that his passive lets him regenerate health if he just stands around, so in conjunction with the Doron Shield, that should work out pretty good.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
30 seconds before the minions spawn, so I'm going to go over who's on my team. We got an Arahi. You know, Ahari. You know what? Ahari. I'm not really good at pronouncing her name. She's a pretty good champion. High mobility. Decent amount of burst, but her mobility is what, from her ultimate, is what gets her going around. We got a Blitzcrank here. Got a Graves and a Jax. Looks like Jax is going to be jungling. It'll be Graves and Blitzcrank bottom. I'm going to be solo top. And, oh, my mistake. And Arahi's going to be middle. Now eventually I want to try casting actual competitive games or high yellow games. But for right now I'm just going to cast a few of my solo play games just because this replay system isn't very friendly. As you can see, you can't see the enemy side, can't see the enemy team, so it doesn't really help to cast games because you pretty much got to assume that the person who is sending you the replay is very good. We got action at top. Yeah, that Tryndamere. I assume Tryndamere is a crit-based hero. You know, he's a lot of physical damage, and critical strike is pretty much what it does is based on the chance of his strikes. He'll critical strike, which does more damage. But he didn't quite get lucky, and he couldn't kill me. And this Nasus, who's their jungle, slowed me, but Garen has an ability where if he does this judgment ability that does that spin, which does a lot of area of effect damage, but it also removes movement speed debuffs. So you just spin, removes a debuff, walk safely to the tower. Now this is truthfully my very first game as Garen, but I learned quite a bit. I gotta say, one of the few good traits that I have in video games is that I can learn quickly from other people's play styles, and Garen has this just pretty much cheats ability to just stand there and regenerate all your HP. So I'm just standing here regenerating my HP, and the benefit of this is I can just go back to town and regenerate my HP, but I'd have to leave the lane, and that means losing experience. And right now I'm winning these exchanges over this Tryndamere because I have that level advantage. You know, I'm level 4, he's level 2. Whoa, don't want to do that again. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of action at bottom. They got a double kill. First on Vayne, then on Blitzcrank. Let's see, they got Caitlyn and they got Volibear. Volibear is very good because he has this ability where he can just charge at you, toss you up behind him, and then Caitlyn has ridiculous range with her sniper rifle. He can just pick you apart. Looks like that's what happened to them. A little misstep bottom, but usually when I play top, I don't focus on anything but that score at the top right. Just gives you a general sense of how your team's doing. That's really all that's important to me. Actually, my camera's having a little issues, so I'm going to pause the replay and continue and fix it. Alright, everything should be working just fine. One of the greatest things that Garen has at his disposal, he really isn't he really isn't too mobile when it comes to his abilities, as in he doesn't have any abilities that teleport him or dash him anywhere, but he has a very high movement speed, he just naturally moves around very fast. And his first ability, Decisive Strike, gives him movement speed bonus.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Oh, we had a little bit of action bottom, but now Nasus is trying to finish him off. Let's see if he has what it takes to fight them both. But no, he doesn't. Ends up giving, it looks like he gave Graves the kill, and he did. He gave Graves the kill, and he has the red buff. So bottom just picked up 3 kills in a row. That's another reason why I don't like this, this replay system, is just because I can't really tell how much HP they actually have, because it doesn't update correctly. It only updates when I actually looked at them in-game. But my lane's perfectly fine because it's my replay. So until this Tryndamere gets to level 6, I'm really not, I'm not too concerned about him. Like right now I'm diving the tower. I know that if I can get him low enough and ulti him, I can get the kill, but he had counter-ignited me and my shield didn't absorb enough for me to survive the tower hits. I killed him first though, so I got the advantage, you know. You get a greater experience amount when you're alive and the person dies afterwards. Or the person dies beforehand, before you die. Looks like Jax was trying to set up a gank on mid, but it didn't work out. I'll take a look around while I'm heading back to my lane. Look at the scoreboard. I have 20 CS as opposed to 23 CS, so my CS isn't really doing very well, but I've been able to push him back in the lane a lot. Ooh, Arahi almost getting ganked, but as I said, his ulti keeping him alive. But in bottom lane, it looks like, oh, they trade kills. That red buff getting traded. Oh no! Blitzcrank misses the grab. I'm not sure how much HP she has exactly, but I can only assume that if the grab would have went off, that he was able to pop her up. He might have been able to do something, but that's unfortunate, you know. A little panic grab because he knew he was going to die. Now, there you go. That's how I assume you were supposed to play Garen. Again, this is my first game. You kind of just bully people around. You spin at them. You pop your shield up, and you generally just harass them. Most melee heroes don't really have an adequate answer against Garen's spin attack, because they have to, obviously, to counter harass it, they'd have to hit him, but they'd have to take a spinning damage, which is usually more than their attack damage could ever be. Now I noticed that Tryndamere burned his ultimate, which is which pretty much lets him go down to 0 HP and live. And now that I know that he has burned that, I can pretty much freely harass him and chase him down till he dies. Oh, but he juked me. He juked me. He juked me pretty good. He genuinely did, but I'm not gonna. Oh, I love that. That's why Garen is overpowered. I mean, this is my first game. I decided in my brain that I was just gonna play him as a big old bully. I was gonna play him as a guy who could just go in there and mess with people, use all of his abilities, and because he hits pretty hard. I mean, I have not very many items that deal damage. This is the only thing that I have, plus 10 to damage. That's it. My boots are upgraded. I have Doran's shield, and I get another kill by walking into him and spinning because of the sheer flat damage that Garen does. And that's why Garen's so hard to deal with top. I've played against him, I know. Like right now I definitely should have died to this guy, but all he has are those 2 items. I assume that he was going to come around and try to dive into me on the tower. And Tryndamere can do that. He can just see, there he is. He could just, if I was standing at the tower, he could just spin into me and kill me. Oh, and there's Jax. Now, Jax has that red buff, which does damage over time. And it also slows, but oh, he burns his flash. Can he pick up the kill? And he does. Jax does pick up the kill, uses his leap. I haven't had a chance to play Jax since he had his rework. He usually worked on dodge, but that's been removed from the game. Still seems like a pretty adequate hero. I mean, that leap, he still has his leap and his AoE stun. That's pretty good. Let's check out Arahi's stats. 67 CS in mid, as opposed to Cat's 42, so Arahi's doing a pretty good job of winning mid. She only has a boot, so I can only assume that she never left mid and has been getting a decent amount of levels. They're both a 9, wow, so ooh, Blitzcrank looks like absorbed that ultimate from Kate. They put a slow onto Volbear. Oh no! That was very unfortunate. What happened? The reason why that was... Oh, gets the grab. Blitzcrank gets the grab! Looks like Caitlyn was caught sleeping. Blitzcrank gets a grab and kills her. Just one punch. Oh, here comes... Here comes Nasus, but Blitzcrank is ever aware. Blitzcrank looks like pulls him into the tower, gets the pop-up in the silence. Was unable to get the kill. As you can see, the replay system is very inaccurate. I have no idea how much HP he actually has left. Blitzcrank, though, holding his own, doing a very good job. Me, what am I doing? Oh, wow, apparently I'm just going boss mode and diving extremely deep into their base. Oh, no. But Cat is bottom. I stuck around. I stuck around way too long, and I think Cat just... Yeah, she ignites me, walks me down. I guess when I was playing, I didn't see her pop out of the jungle down here. And I guess I could have technically gotten away and ran away, but I didn't see her. But, you know, it sometimes happens. I guess for my first video, I'm going to get my complaints out of the way for this replay system, which is just annoying as all hell. Because when I die, the screen goes gray. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh, we got 3 versus 2 down on bottom. Volbear getting caught. He goes down very, very quick. Nasus. Oh, 3 versus 3 actually. Nasus getting caught. Nasus dies. And it looks like Blitzcrank being very effective with his grabs. Every time I see him throw out a grab, he usually gets somebody, and it causes that combo to get knocked off. He grabs him, then knocks him up. And just like that, everyone gets cleaned up bottom, and they push the tower. Top lane, myself and Arahi killing Caitlyn, who I guess really should have just stayed bottom. I mean, I took down the tower already, so Caitlyn really should have just stayed bottom, but I guess she was helping somebody else try to gank me. I can only assume it was Tryndamere. Tryndamere is only level 7. I'm level 10. I'm 3 levels higher than him. He's 1 and 5. That's a pretty big deficit. I'm gonna help get right that buff. There's a lot of action down here. On the bottom lane, it looks like Graves able to pick up the double kill, and there's still 3 people bottom just dominating the lane. I can only assume that they're gonna back up now, yes, but the enemy team just funneling in 2 heroes at a time, getting them killed, and it's not a smart idea. That's why Jax is still a favored jungler, just because of that leap. I mean, he can literally leap out of the bushes and pick up a kill or get a stun, a nice effective AoE stun. I guess I'm not gonna portal back. I'm just gonna try to jungle as effectively as I can. Not sure what the pings are for, but looks like at this point the action has calmed down a bit. The score up top is 21-8. My team. I'm lucky, I guess. Well, I am lucky that the guy I was laned against, this Tryndamere, couldn't fight me effectively enough, and this bottom lane has just been absolutely dominating. Utterly dominating the game. Endless pings as I wait for my team to kill dragons. With the game going as well as it is, I can only assume that the enemy team hasn't had time to put up too many wards. As you can see, they haven't even left the lane, so they're oblivious. They have no wards at all to the fact that we're all down here. And yep, I land some damage. But I gotta stay away from Caitlyn, who doesn't have enough mana to ulti me, but I'm just gonna play it safe and back up. And again, Graves picks up another double kill. He's 10-3 and 4. Pretty much that means that's the end of the game. His items are just too massive. These things are pretty expensive items, and the fact that he has so many of them already in the game, only 17 minutes into the game. He is assuredly going to carry us at least into a late game. Actually, I believe the yes, judging by the length of the video, I can only assume that the enemy team is going to surrender when it comes to 20 minutes, and that's the official surrender time right now. There's 20 minutes in this game, in League of Legends, so I'll be surrendering in 2 minutes. The game will be over, and that'll be wrapping up my first game as Garen. The skill build that I chose to go was heavy levels into Judgment, the AoE spin attack, and then Courage second, and then Decisive Strike. And that just means I got 1 level into each, and that's the order I went in. And then I went heavily into Judgment. And then after Judgment, though, I went Decisive Strike. So there's going to be a little action down here. A lot of levels into Decisive Strike. Caitlyn getting caught and Graves picking up the kill again. Graves is dishing out too much damage, and usually Tryndamere would have ultied there and stayed alive and been able to at least pick up one of those kills, but couldn't do it. As you can see, though, Graves is just dishing out too much damage, and he has a very reliable meat shield. Oh, and his 2 players, Blitzcrank picking up another grab and another kill. Oh my god, Blitzcrank really doing his job. Graves is definitely a skilled player in his ability to carry, but Blitzcrank is getting a lot of grabs and Graves is just taking advantage of it. Simple as that. That's just ones and twosies right there. What? And Nasus. Nasus getting harassed back by me. This is going to conclude the game in about 10 seconds here. Garen, my first try as him, did pretty good. 5, 2, and 2. 5 kills, 2 deaths, 2 assists. Just gonna continue my farming, you know. But yep, and there's the concede. Good game, and this is gonna be first in a series of at least 3 of my games as Garen. I hope you had fun watching, and that's a victory.